Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone's doing well. It is, in fact, time for our Sunday journey across America. Of course, Murph is finishing up his trip from Ireland to Canada, recreating the recreation of the 1928 flight of the Bremen. Took a King Air, left Casement Aerodrome Baldonnel, headed up to Iceland, flew over Greenland, made a couple of stops in Canada, and is having the first ever air show for the Thunderflies. So that's really exciting. I was watching until it was time for my stream. And you know what? It was, I was going to start my stream regardless. So we'll let Murph finish his, and we're going to do our thing and get underway. So we're here. We left off last Sunday here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and apologize for the sunglasses. I have a bright light, and I'm tired, and they don't mix. So we're here in Lincoln, Nebraska. We're going to be making our way to Cheyenne, Lincoln, Nebraska. We're heading to Cheyenne, Wyoming, with a stop at Ogalla, Nebraska. This first leg is going to be roughly 2 hours. It's a long one, but I think we got it. We can do it. And so, yeah, we're going to have we are on VATSIM. You can see VPilot down there in the lower left-hand corner. We are connected to the network. We're not currently actively talking to it right now because our airplane is powered down. So we'll get going. Thankfully, Minneapolis Center isn't online, so we don't have to worry about talking to ATC while we're here in Lincoln. Our cruise altitude for today will be 6,500 feet because we're at the part of the country where it starts going up, the ground elevation. So we're going to have some fun. And so yeah, we are of course in the classic 172 with my grandpa's paint scheme on it, which is just epic. Thanks Sir Blackulot for that. It means an awful lot to me. So we're starting here in the morning. The in-sim time is currently set to 0700. We want to use live weather. I neglected to fix that. So we'll fix that now. And as you can see, it's not a whole lot of change. The weather's actually pretty nice. It's going to be nice this trip. And so yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and get into the cockpit and get things started. So master's coming on. Beacon is on. Gonna close the fuel. We're gonna set our takeoff trim. And mags to both. Mixture to rich. Throttle is cracked. And clear prop. Helps if you unmute the sim. Okay, avionics coming on. Beacon or nav light's coming on. Taxi light on. Now we have our altimeter or transponder in standby mode. So set radio com 1 we set to 122.8 because that is the universal VATSIM Unicom frequency for uncontrolled airspace. We're going to set com 2 to Denver Center, which is 127.65. So 127. $65. And we're going to leave it off for now because we also want to listen to the current weather here in Lincoln. So we're going to look up the frequency for weather, and that is going to be 118.05. So 118.
Lincoln Airport information, Oscar 1200 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
So the wind is calm.
Few clouds at 700 feet, few clouds at 4,500 feet, few clouds at...
You couldn't ask for any better weather. The winds are calm, the sky is clear, mostly. So the world is our oyster. So we're going to look at what runway we're going to take off on runway 17. It just happens to be, well, yeah, sure, we'll take off on runway 17. It's basically the closest. So we'll go ahead and I think we can go ahead and get rid of these for the moment. And Lincoln traffic, Cessna 69er47 Echo on the east ramp, taxiing to runway 17 for departure to the west at Lincoln. So we've made our call. We've told the traffic that, hey, we're on the ramp, and we're looking to taxi to a particular runway for departing to the west. So we'll start making our way there. Our right turn here. Now we could have added in there, you know, we're taxiing on runway, or we're going to taxi to the runway 17 via taxiway, whatever runway this is. Which I can figure that out easily enough, thanks to Navigraph. So we're taxiing to runway 17 via taxiway Alpha. I do believe that's Alpha. Roger that. So we're making our way down. We put in our flight plan, our VFR flight plan that we filed with VATSIM, that our estimated departure time was about 19:20 Zulu, so that's about 5 minutes from now. If we leave a little early, I'm sure it's fine. VFR flight plans are optional for VATSIM as far as I'm aware, but it is helpful for controllers when you enter airspace so they know kind of what you're doing. So we'll get up here. We're going to stop. We're going to set our AP for 6,500. I'm sure they are. I'll have to watch it later. Not sure why that did that. So we're here. We're going to turn our transponder to altitude mode. And Lincoln traffic, Cessna 6947 Echo, taking off runway 17 for departure to the west at Lincoln. So we've made our call to say, hey, Lincoln traffic, we're going to be entering the runway, and, we're going to leave the airspace to the west. We'll turn that to local time. So we're on runway 17. Mixture goes to full, and we slowly enter in the power. Couldn't have asked for a nicer day. The wind is pretty well calm. There's 50, 55, one notch of flaps. Ooh. And we're up. Now we'll keep flying runway heading as we climb. Okay, that's about 3,000 feet. We're going to make sure that our altimeter is correctly set, which it wasn't. I didn't listen to the weather long enough, so that's my bad. And about now, I would have gotten departure instructions to how to depart the pattern, but since right now this airport isn't under controlled airspace in VATSIM, we're just going to pass over this runway so that we're not interfering with landing traffic. 6,500. So we're flying west, which means we have to fly at an even numbered 1,000 foot. But we're also flying VFR, which means we have to fly at an additional 500, so 6,500. So flaps are up, we're good, we're stable. We're gonna go ahead and activate that, hit nav mode, and we're gonna climb at 400 feet a minute. We're not gonna be in a hurry. And we are starting to get into higher altitudes, so we really have to watch our mixture, especially on takeoff and landing. We can't necessarily use full mixture. Look at that sunrise, though. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on COM 2. So now we can listen into Denver Center. We're not in Denver Center's airspace right now.
Yankee Romeo 1-way-35 lap taxi via Mike.
Now we're not in Denver Center's airspace right now. We're technically under Minneapolis Center's airspace.
707 Alpha 1-way-35.
But listening into them, it kind of adds to the experience, but it also will allow us to be like, okay, we know kind of what's going on, and it'll be easier for us to contact them when we get into their airspace. I thought so much. I mean, it is what it is. So, see there, we got a message from that's him, but it doesn't have anything to do with us, so we can completely ignore it.
Good afternoon. Include us Vancouver Airport Delta 1 departure that is filed by SID 6522.
Look at that sunrise, though.
on 495, thanks, feedback correct, 34 left for departure, call ready for taxi, and we're altimeter 298, correction,
So we did forget a couple of things. We forgot to turn on our landing light, off our taxi light, and turn on our strobes. So, oops.
Air Canada 707 Alpha, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff, wind 06011, gust 19er. Air Canada 530, radar contact on the attention level 230, stay altitude leaving. Thank you.
Hey, Kingsman, how you doing? Hope you're well, my friend.
Sorry, what's the about Air Canada 24, I'll leave my airspace, Salt Lake offline. Have a good rest of the day. See you later.
Really like to avoid talking to this controller because he just doesn't sound very friendly today.
4033, thanks for the contact. We'll close your miles southwest of Grand Junction, level 370.
Huzzah, Viper. I think I see your lights off there in the distance.
1583, thank you for the contact. Climb maintain level 210. Delta 2539, squawk 6534. And what runway did you plan for?
Couldn't have asked for better morning weather for a long flight.
Miami, climb maintain level 340. 1979 Heavy, runway 8, taxi via Mike.
It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful.
Delta 71, thank you, sir. Read back correct. 35 leftly. Your call. Winds are out of the east, 08020, gust 30. You want 35 left, or do you want to go south?
Trying to set this red bar to kind of measure to see when we need to really adjust the mixture. You see the temperature's dropped almost 20 degrees from takeoff, and because it drops as we go higher up.
Thank you. Air Canada 707 Alpha, radar contact, climate change level 230, stay altitude leaving.
So we're doing good. We're doing good. Everything's in the green. Pressure's good. Temp's good. I may have forgotten to fill up.
Air Canada 107 Heavy, yeah, I just kind of climbed. You climate change level 30.
Maybe all the radios are good. That's good. So we're grand.
Stand by real quick. And to follow 1583, clear direct, X-stand, and join the departure.
Hope everyone's had a good weekend. My weekend improved as time went on.
Actually, that's long transition. Eons, direct to Eons, join the transition.
On a 172 T1000, there's this thing called OBS. What is that?
Delta 235039, thank you. Expect vectors ILF 35 left.
I should know what that is.
Correction, Delta 2539, expect vectors ILF 35 right.
I'm not entirely certain right off the top of my head.
Delta 683, descend via ski 2 arrival, runway 35 left.
I don't have a lot of familiarity with the G1000. However, the 530 does have it's OBS mode. I think it's just something for approaches. But don't quote me on that.
Stand by. November 5 Alpha, hold show, place 35 left, you have arriving traffic.
I've never used it, so I couldn't honestly say.
Okay, who was calling for clearance to Vancouver? 7971 Heavy Denver, good afternoon. Cleared to Vancouver Airport, 02 departure, then it's filed, climb by Sid, squawk 6560.
And this Denver controller just seems to be overworked today.
Number 907 Heavy, thanks, feedback correct. 34 left, call ready for taxi.
It sounds like he's handling ground,
November 2,
approach.
November
or from center on
Yankee
down at
Romeo.
Denver
I can't tell who's
International,
first.
and
Are you first?
that's a
3-5
job and a
left.
half because Denver is one of the busier airports, especially or even in
November
Vatson.
5 Alpha, Roger, runway 35 left, line from Wade.
So he's got a lot on his plate. So hopefully we don't have to bother him.
November 7820.
So far, the only airport that we're going to really need to have any kind of possibility of talking to ATC is going to be when we get to Cheyenne.
November 5 Alpha, runway 35
Everything
left,
else is
takeoff,
either
wind
uncontrolled
060,
or we're going to
11,
fly
gust
over their
19er.
airspace, so we don't necessarily have to talk to them at all. We could, once we enter Denver airspace, center airspace, we could ask for flight following, but between him having a load, a lot going on right now,
thanks for the contact.
and we really don't need it.
About actually 7 miles east of Springs Airport, Springs altimeter.
I'm not going to bother him with it.
2979er, and where are you going?
If he needs to contact us, he'll contact us, and he'll see my flight plan, so he'll know where I'm going to be, and I shouldn't be a factor to anything with Denver International, because we're not going to be that high up.
And November 820, just maintain VFR. You'll be cleared into the Denver class Bravo. Maintain, actually, altitude at your discretion for now.
So we won't bother him unless we absolutely need to. And hopefully we don't need to.
339 Heavy, Denver, good afternoon. Actually, you should have 339, good afternoon.
And it's going to be sometime before we even get into
let's do this. Papa,
his traffic.
Echo Charlie,
into
and hold short of 35
the
left.
Denver Center airspace. And he's got a few airlines that are in Nebraska, but not many. But he won't. Purple Kona is here. Good to see you. So is Draco. How you doing?
Fly heading of 120. Actually, fly heading of 110. One way 8 clip of takeoff. Winds 060 to 11. Gust 19.
Man, I keep trying to turn this guy down, and he keeps getting louder.
Number 5 Alpha radar contact. Climb maintain level 380. Stay altitude leaving.
So hopefully we don't have to bother this controller because he's got a lot going on right now.
Gotta get the coffee, go ahead. Golf Delta Romeo Alpha, leave my airspace, Salt Lake offline, frequency and food, have a good rest of the day. See you later.
Hope everyone's having a good Sunday.
November 707 Alpha.
So we're almost to our cruise altitude. And you can see, we started off darn near 70 degrees, and it's already down to 42 degrees.
Yankee, Alpha, Mike, India. Actually, now you just do this. You're clear back Cheyenne, Charlie, Yankee, Sierra.
Oh, somebody else going to
November
Cheyenne.
5 Alpha, clear direct Yami.
Found out what it is, OBS Omni bearing selectors for VFR turns the GPS into a VFR. Just like above, but you do not have to tune the radio. Aha! Well, that sounds like cheating.
490, Roger.
Not that we're aren't already cheating, but
we pull left, taxi via Bravo Sierra, Foxtrot, Whiskey Alpha.
So here we are, coming on up on the cruise altitude. So we're gonna start dialing back the power. And we're just going to start adjusting. We are on the East USA server, Kingsman.
November 2 Yankee Romeo.
So what we're watching for is we're
135 left,
slowly reducing mixture until the RPMs peak and then start to dip. Because once they start dipping, we go back to... We go back... adding some more mixture until it just starts to go back down, because you want the mixture at peak RPM on the rich side of peak RPM. So we're right about there, so we add a little bit more. Double check our EGT.
Charlie,
It's okay. Fuel flow. We're about
See you later.
between 12 and 13 gallons an hour. And then we're going to bring back the throttle to 2,500 RPM. And then we're set for cruise.
United 1979 Heavy. Clear direct, EPKI, climb maintain, flight level 370. No, 1975, no, 1979
EMF
Heavy.
Smurfy's in. Good to see you, dude.
370.
Hope you're well. Welcome to one of the longer flights in my
25,
epic
39,
U.S.
half,
cross
clear to
country.
the ILS, one way,
We took off from
35
Lincoln, Nebraska.
right.
We're on our way to Ogalla, Nebraska. And from there, we'll head to Cheyenne, Wyoming. We are on
Nancy
VFR,
Delta 683, expect vectors ILS 35 left.
and we're having the fun.
Air Canada 107, leave my airspace shortly, Salt Lake offline, for good food, have a good night.
And this port controller is very, very overworked right now.
8% American 2372, reaching just southwest of the Steel City Newark level 323.
Anchor 2372, Denver, good afternoon. Radar contact, squawk 6513.
6513, American 2372.
Now, we're definitely not at full beams because of the altitude, but that's to be expected.
Anchor 2372, thank you, radar contact, 450.
Shuffle Shoes is in. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're well.
November 2, Yankee Romeo, radar contact, climb maintain level 230, stay altitude leaving.
I never updated that. Ugh. Nuts. I need to update the stream title because I goofed it up.
Speedbird 647, speaking safe, have a good day.
Sim Aviation Erling. Yes, we're on VATSIM. Hey, Wombat, how you do? We are VFR.
Have a good day.
I am not qualified for IFR stuff. I never updated any of this. I'm such a... No, that's right. So... I slewed to catch up to you, Roger. Keen Lyford is in. Hello, hello to you as well. So the ground is two-tone. Murphy with the raid. Many thanks, my dude. We're just outside of the Lincoln, Nebraska airspace. Mrs. Two-Tone, hello. Super Typhoon and Allison with the emotes. Frozen there, hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. We're on our way from Lincoln, Nebraska to Ogalla. Well, actually, we're going from Lincoln, Nebraska to Cheyenne, Wyoming with a stop in Ogalla. Spitfire RAF 100, hello, hello. Kate 691, hello, hello to you. Dangerous Brian, you started with... Well, y'all were having fun with Murph, and, well, I needed to get rolling. Because we've got a long trip tonight. There's Annalisa just with the subscribe. There's so many things going on. Kevin 601959 with the follow. Many thanks. Hello, hello, Annalisa. Happy you're here. Dennis G is here. Gregor XXI, so 21 is here. Spitfire RF 100. Many thanks. Vipers. I hope you're all well. Gobblezeus, hello, hello. See you later. A big hello to Colonel 485 and friends. Hello. Brad Pilot Randy is in. Hello. Thank you for following Canadian Cub 19. Many thanks. Big Tone 66 is here.
See you, Air Canada 730.
Whack-a-mole. Hello, hello.
Same with you, 134.57.
So yeah,
Have a
we're
great day.
on our way to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and our epic U.S. cross country. Like to program, hello, hello. We're flying the classic 172 steam gauge. Gillo Ireland is in. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Between
Mike to the ramp cross 3
energy drinks. So, Annalisa was asking what my favorite is. This one. Yeah, Rip It Energy, and this is the Tribute CYP-X.
one-way 35
yeah,
left.
Rip It Energy drinks, very popular with Army folks. Behind the beginning of flight, no worries, Goblin. Good to see you up and running again. Yeah, it's good to be up and running again, Sydney. Well, if you need a picture of it,
134.57. Have a good day.
totally not sponsored, but they do good stuff for the U.S. or for the armed forces, at least in the U.S. So I like them, and it tastes like an orange creamsicle, which is just lovely. I think they could have found a better name for it though. So yeah, we're on VATSIM, we're flying, we're at altitude. Our cruise altitude is 6,500 feet. We departed Lincoln, Nebraska without issue, without having to talk to anybody but Unicom. And the weather is absolutely perfect. A little breezy once we get to altitude, but not so bad on the ground. Expecting windier conditions the further west we go, though. So yeah, we are on our way. Seamus McNeil's in. Good to see you. I'm doing well. I hope you are as well. Kozaki, it's good to be in the skies. It's very, very good to be in the skies.
Contact approach 120.35. Have a great day.
And this Denver controller, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, Delta 2539. Contact approach 120.35. Have a good day.
Just really overworked right now. But could not ask for better flying weather. So we are flying the Steam Gauge 172. You became a natural ATC. I wouldn't go that far. I became a natural at avoiding talking to ATC and just talking on Unicom. Scott is in. Good to see you, old veteran. That's
November ATC. Contact approach 120.35. Have a good day.
I can imagine. I think right now, though, he's trying to not only do center, but also tower, ground, and maybe approach. So he's doing, the jobs of 4 different layers of ATC right now. On my nav map, we'll be flying over York, Nebraska, home of Shirley Ross. Nice. Splasher 6, good to see you, my friend.
Flush at 71, wind 02020, gust 30, 135 left, final departure flight runway heading to Diego.
Wow, that was fast. That sounded like a tower call out. So, if you're looking to join us, our nearest is Kilo Juliet Yankee Romeo. Put that over here. So, nearest is Kilo Juliet Yankee Romeo if you want to join in the flight. We see Viper Strike up there in the Pipstrel virus.
American 2372 descend via the Clash 3 arrival, runway 35 left transition.
Clash.
Altimeter.
That was a band, wasn't it?
2987.
So that's Kilo Juliet Yankee Romeo down there. Nice long paved runway and a grass strip as well. Very nice. So we're entering the Great Plains region of the
American 2372 send via the Clash 3
US.
arrival, runway 35 left transition, Denver altimeter 2987.
We're going to fly over Viper here in a moment. I'm going to spawn at Grand Island and catch up. Roger. We got a textual message for over Denver Center.
Southwest 1087, Denver Center, squawk 6576.
Vetsium ATC chap, really busy. Sounds like he's doing a fine job. He's handling it really well, but you can tell that he's going into full automatic mode and not very personable mode. There we got someone coming up in a TBM. Very nice. Yep. Wow, he's been typing. I was gonna say he's been quiet for a minute.
Contact maintain to level 220.
Oh, we got 2 centers on for Denver. Well, that's gonna be fun. Fort Worth Center's online as well, but we don't need to talk to them at all.
Flusher 71, clear for Blue Mesa.
Purple Kona caught up. Yes, you did. Denver is one of the busier areas in the U.S. for commercial flights. That it is, and it's equally busy. Well, it's similarly busy on VATSIM.
Southwest 1087, pressure across Clarks at maintain 17,000.
The old alma mater. Fort Worth Center?
But across Clarks at 17,000, 3.7 and 297 for the altimeter. Southwest.
Very nice.
United 339, descend via the ski to arrival, runway 34, right transition.
Ski to arrival.
2987.
That's a long time.
Fair American 2372, we're off the phone now, thanks. We're descending via the Clash 3 for 35 lag.
So we are primarily on the Unicom, but we're just listening into center just to see what's going on, as it were.
2987. Delta 1389, leave my airspace to the west. Los Angeles Center is closing up here shortly. Pretty change to Unicom to approved yet.
575. So we've got both the Denver centers dialed up on our COM2 radio. So if we need to switch between the two. Cyberman Drew is in. What's up? Hope you're well. What's gone wrong with Mike? Oh gosh, Maverick. Recently got accepted to be a pilot for an Endeavor Air DBA Delta connection. I'm assigned to the CRJ 700 and will begin training Monday. Nice. Good job, dude.
Hey, Delta 1389, sorry, it looks like Los Angeles Center actually is not closing here. Let me get you a proper handout. Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, dude. Hey, that was
1389, contact LA Center 125.8 today. And that's for Delta 1389.
So we'll do a quick check of our instruments, make sure everything's hunky-dory. We've got...
Alright, the aircraft checking in was not Delta 1389. That was November 032 Yankee Romeo. Do not call in if I'm not addressing you, sir.
Feels good. Just our EDT line. You know, maybe one day... we'll see. Submarine Drew, my buddy just changed from a 20-plus year career as an electrical engineer and is in training with Southwest to be an ATP now. Nice. It's a heck of a career change. So yeah, we're not doing anything fancy. We're just on a VFR flight plan from Lincoln, Nebraska to Ogalla. And then we'll do from Ogalla to Cheyenne. We're going VOR to VOR. We put our flight path in our flight plan, so the ATC can look at it if we have to contact them, or even if we don't, they can look and see, what is this guy doing? Okay, this is what they're doing. Yeah, no kidding. It looked to go well. I missed most of it because of, well, I needed to sleep. And even then, I woke up and my body was saying, hey, you need more sleep. And I was just like, no, I have to get up. And I have to watch the air show back.
Yankee, I apologize. Alright, folks, you can explain that.
The air show is beyond amazing, I bet. The Thunderflies do such a wonderful job.
We can do that. I'm looking at the chart here. The chart doesn't look like that's actually an initial approach fix. Let me double check that. Just give me about 2 minutes and I'll get back with you.
So it sounds like there's an additional controller on this frequency as Soaring AJ48 with the follow. Many thanks, dude. Hope you're well. I need to move.
Air Canada 530 Denver Center.
Crypto for Air Canada 530.
Let's see. Where's
Air Canada 530, contact Denver Center 134.57. Good day.
Nice. I have to go back and watch the replay. I was sleeping as well. I've been laid up with it. Ooh,
pipe suppression cross cones
that
at
sounds
maintain
awful.
cross cones at 13000.
Viper Strike, we're in Aurora, Nebraska. This town is known for the birthplace of Ron Spencer, artist for Magic the Gathering, and Harold Eugene Edgerton, inventor of the strobe light. Nice.
I showed it as Echo Tango but we'll cross that at 13000
Yep, cones is Echo Tango level. That's appropriate. That is correct. All right, thank you, sir.
So the pressure will change a little bit with the temperature, or the air pressure will a little bit. So we keep checking on every now and then on the mixture. Make sure it's doing okay. Kozaki, it's going to be a while before we get to Koga. It's going to be at least an hour and a half before we get to Ogalla. So if you're willing to wait that long, more power to you. But it's going to be a minute. It's a long one. We're just passing Kilo Alpha Uniform Hotel. Just off that away a little bit. I think this is going to be the first time I've done, because I like flying legs of trips, before I do them, at least the first leg.
Air Canada 707 Alpha Denver Center.
And this one I've done probably 3 times in anticipation. 2 of them have been in VATSIM, and when I'm running in VATSIM on my own time, I typically run live
Air Canada 707 Alpha leaving Denver.
And let's just say it's been nighttime the last couple of times I've done this. Take your time. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, y'all deserve a rest. So.
Number 5 Alpha Denver Center.
Feel free to simply watch me fly today. It's
go ahead, number 5 Alpha.
No hard feelings.
Number 5 Alpha, contact Denver Center 134.5.
Murph had quite the epic stream today.
Yeah, 1075 Denver Center.
So we're about to start passing Kilo Alpha Uniform Hotel off the right wing. Can't tell quite where it is. That's okay.
Yeah, 1075 Denver Center.
Could actually be this grass strip coming up on the right. Or, nope, I see it. right there. We got a nice old river coming up.
Delta 4033 Lima airspace to the south of Frequency Center is offline. Regular service is terminated. Frequency change to 5G frequency.
Unit confirm AB, Delta 4033.
So I hope
American
everyone's
23,
been having a
72,
good
contact
day.
number approach 120.35
You know, it's been
today.
pretty epic with the Murph stream.
5, American 2332.
I think somebody else is checking in. Go ahead.
So we're about 9.5 minutes from GRI.
Brickyard 3463, Denver Center Squawk 6557.
So we're getting close. So GRI is Central Nebraska Regional, or Grand Island. So it's Central Nebraska Regional Airport in Grand
Southwest
Island,
1087, contact Denver approach 120.35 good day.
Nebraska. So we'll be flying over there shortly. Then we'll turn left to 293 degrees for 35 nautical miles. We're still not quite into Denver airspace. But we're above all airspaces where we would need to contact them anyway. It's all good.
Brickyard 3463, radar contact about 20 miles southeast of Lamar. VOR, welcome aboard. Brickyard 3463, descended via the Nix to your Nix 2 arrival, runway 35 left transition, Denver altimeter 2987.
They almost sound a little flustered. They're getting busy. They've got 2 centers online plus the tower. Let's see. What programs do we need for VATSIM? Well, a lot of it depends on what you're flying or what sim you're flying. So if you're in FSX Prepared or MSFS, you want VPilot. I think it's XPilot for if you're running X-Plane. Yeah, and then you go to the VATSIM website and they have some requirements for initial requirements and a really easy test to go through with the basics before you can get on network. But it's not hard. It's not, it's really, if I can pass the basic test, anybody can. So I'm using VPilot, which if you look in the lower right hand corner of the screen, that's VPilot. I think I can make it bigger. And it gives me the frequencies that are online, whether they're center, approach, departure, ground, clearance, whatever. I have text messages, whether it's just system broadcast, server broadcast, or messages from controllers, because you can also communicate via text. So yeah, that is the program that I use, because that is the one designated for Flight Sim 2020. So we're just getting over the river that is just east of Grand Island. So we have Grand Island in sight. But that's I've been using it a lot this past week, as much as I've been able to with computer problems. And I'm starting to get accustomed to it, and I watch Slant Alpha Adventures a lot, and I feel bad because I ask him a lot of questions. But I get nervous talking to when it comes to points in time where I'm going to have to talk to a controller, and the easiest way to get over it is just to do it. Platte River. The Platte River's kind of flat. Wayland just past KRGI, but I don't see anyone around. Guess I'll land and call it a night. Fly safe. Were you on the East US server, Wayland? I hear TBM, but I don't see a TBM. Oh, there's a TBM. Interesting. It may just be you might just need to cycle the multiplayer off and on again. It does that to me. That's what I do. Viper Strike says our first VOR stop will be at Grand Island, Nebraska. The city will be the site of the site of the 1980 tornado outbreak, where 7 tornadoes touched down near the city that night, killing 5 people, injuring 200. Also is home to Rick Allen, a NASCAR sportscaster and prolific arms designer John Pete Pedersen. Nice. Huh. That's weird. I'm not sure. The servers be wonky. I'm never going to claim to understand why. Oh, did you mean RGI or GRI? Because we're at just about to be Kilo Golf Romeo India, not Kilo Romeo Golf India. Kearney, Nebraska was a major departure point for U.S. bombers in World War II. That makes sense. Okay. I just wanted to double check. Yeah, I'm not sure, Wayland. That's really unfortunate. I wish I had a good answer for you. Sorry, dude. Got a banana with us. Ooh, and a nice red, white, and blue livery. You have a good one, Wayland. Sorry about the multiplayer issues, my friend. Jefferson 2001 is in. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well. Kozaki says, I've waded that river. Nice. Is it very deep? It doesn't seem very deep, but it's very wide. Deep and wide. No, nobody? Okay. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Leaks. It leaks. Oh, we had somebody blink out. And Bonanza's diving. So here we are over Grand Island. Grand Island? Yeah, that sounds right. I'm kind of concerned. I haven't heard Denver Center in a while. Switch over to the other one. WSP went fly fishing there back in 2006. Nice. So there's Grand Island Airport. You can definitely tell it's using an old World War II style configuration, and it used to have that third runway, but doesn't anymore. As we see somebody making a departure. Nice. Kaharia is calling in a night. You have a good flight. Well, thanks, Kaharia. Thanks for being in the chat at least. If I've missed your messages, I apologize, but it's good to have you along. Goblin Zeus just behind you with the Air 3. Nice. Now, you might say, well, I'm on network and this is a towered airport. Why am I not talking to them? I'm over their airspace. So this airport is a has Class D Delta airspace, so Class Delta airspace. Their airspace only has a ceiling to it of, I think it's like 4,300 feet above the ground, or MSL, mean sea level. So as long as I'm above that or above, I don't have to talk to him. I can fly right over the airport and don't have to talk to him. CTD, ooh, it's not good. Yeah. I think that it just went up because of the ground level. Because the elevation, that's the word, has gone up. So it kind of adjusts a little bit. Plat in French means flat. This part of the world is very flat. So that kind of makes sense. We'll be flying at some point over North Platte, Nebraska. Yes. So for this first leg is all Nebraska. We're getting the hard part out of the way. I say hard. It's not hard. It's just once we start getting closer to Wyoming, the more interesting the terrain becomes. I wonder if that's where we get the word plate. That makes sense, Seamus. I hadn't thought of that. Because plates are flat, generally. That makes sense. See, you come here to fly, but you also learn things. Oh, and I can only scratch the surface of all this stuff. Yeah, plate, the thing we eat off of. Makes sense because it's flat, so coming from flat, that makes sense. Winds are really kicking up. So we're heading in a southwesterly direction, but our plane is facing almost due west. Passed my FAA Part 107 recurrent pilot certification yesterday. It's the second recurrent from my original cert 4 years ago. Nice. It sounds like your biannual flight review, VFR. I really need to have money to get back into real flight training, because that's something I haven't done so very long. Okay, so we've dropped RPMs. So we're gonna get in here and we're gonna start messing with the mixture a little bit more. Find that happy medium of power and fuel efficiency. I'm really curious as to why I have not heard Denver Center in some time. Makes you wonder if something's gone wrong. Well, everything's right. I turned it down too much? Interesting. So we're going to look and see, we're going to get some updated weather. We want to see what is the air pressure without cheating. Oh, where's your comms? AWAS 123.875. So we're going to switch to this 123.875.
Sierra 3463, contact approach 120.35, good day.
Well, that answered that question. They're still there.
Approach 120.35 for yard 3463.
Oh, don't need to text them. Nope, they're good. I'm half deaf now. Wowzers. I thought maybe I had the volume too low. Nope. Ooh, there's an air bump. Look at the reflections of that. Look at that. Just look at it. It's so good. Ben McClure says, just coming in to say hi, start school again tomorrow and need to get things ready. Well, thanks for popping in, Ben. Hope you're doing well, and good luck with school resuming. Oh yeah, it's always good to see Ben come in. It's always good to have every. Words are difficult. I can speak English. I was only born and raised to speak English, or speaking English. Words are hard.
Spend $200 to replace them when they're still functioning.
Oh, what was that? Somebody hit a button they shouldn't have. But it's always a joy to have all of you along for the flights. I definitely don't blame anyone that was flying with Murph for taking a break, because he did a lot of flying. And we got another long one here with me. So we're still flying along the Platte River. We're probably going to cross it a couple more times. Kind of goes in that general direction. Yeah, it's been kind of nice getting more, well, how do I want to say this? The more time I've spent on the network with VATSIM, even not talking to anybody, the more comfortable I have gotten on it. Just hearing what people are saying and how it's going, getting the cadence of what's going on, it's kind of, I don't know, it helps with the preparation of that inevitable moment when I actually have to talk to an air traffic controller. I took the preset weather from Orbex. It's really good. Nice. The live weather is really nice. It's just really windy, which I was prepared for. Yeah, it's getting used to VATSIM. It's kind of nice because it's going to eventually help me in the long term with real flying, because then I'm not going to have as much anxiety over hitting that transmit button and talking and potentially sounding silly.
Jet 71, do you want me to continue pressing heading at cones, or make the left here and start heading toward Telluride?
Jet 71, my apologies, sir. At cross cones that are above 13,000, cleared on a Yankee runway 9 approaching Telluride.
Alright, same 13,000 cleared.
Yeah, 100% Seamus. I do the same thing. That's why I've I've
Yep.
asked.
Once you
Holy
get on final here, I'm going to pass you
crap.
off to Unicom. So if you want to circle line, you can do so. It's uncontrolled. So
Good lord.
All right.
Ow. Sorry, guys. Ow. Ow. No, I asked, I've been talking with Slant Alpha about, how do I do this and how do I do this? Is this the right thing to say? And, practicing that and just being on
Test
network.
519, contact approach 120.3.
Good lord, that guy. If I remember.
Question 71, no contact observed between yourself and Telluride. Report IFR cancellation on the ground. No later than 5 minutes on the ground. This frequency. Frequency change to Unicom.
Ow.
Question 71, no contact observed between yourself and Telluride. Report IFR cancellation on the ground. No later than 5 minutes. Is this frequency? Frequency change to Unicom.
All right, over to you, Tom, and we'll report IFR
Ow. I sent him a message on text saying, yeah, you're a bit loud there, Scooter. Ah, gosh. Yes, but yeah, no, I've been asking questions and practicing because...
Somebody say that I'm coming in loud on frequency. Quite some time, so... Cal 1583, I saw that you were keying your mic, but I didn't get any message. Make sure you're not muting.
So if anybody wants to send a message to Ben Gustafson...
Yeah, I was just saying, this
That's
person
him controller.
commented that there's a lot of random chatter. I'm hearing a lot of typing, like someone's not set for push to talk or something like that. Follow 1583, and that's the edge of your airspace looks like.
Yep, I sent you over. You might have missed it. You are leaving airspace to the east. Minneapolis Center's offline. Frequency change advisory crew. See ya.
See ya. Over to you, Unicom. Follow 1583.
So Ben Gustafson on VATSIM, one of the Denver controllers, 7A, blasting everyone's eardrums and doesn't seem to mind. So we can already see some rumblies and pillages in the area as we get closer to the Rockies. Ow, my ears, gosh, dang, that was... Somebody tell that guy, I tried telling the guy he was loud. Didn't want to listen.
Phone.
And it's Ben Gustafson with the excess chatter. Dadgum. Professionalism. We should call him Mr. Exponential. Starts out. That's old veteran. That's because I've been turning him down. It's legitimately blasting my ears, and I've had to turn him down quite a bit because it's absolutely just killing me. Of all the things on VATSIM, going deaf was not the thing I really intended. Not something I foresaw myself having to worry about. So we're just about over Kearney, following the Platte River. Pack update message. That's not good. I would suggest Alt F4ing out of the sim.
It's 71. Denver
Restart
Center,
it.
radar check. Radio check.
First time I flew IFR A320 with Fat Sim was like, say again, could you say that again? Yeah, I don't know what their issues is, Goblin.
Look at 71, Denver Center.
But
Negative.
I don't know, I can't even hear Denver Center. I can hear the guy, but I can't hear center. Whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure, Goblin. It could just be server related. I don't know.
Right, that's SkyWest 2437. I'm going to deviate you to the right to get you climbing. Turn right heading 360 and climb main.
Because I think the sleep is calling that
reroute
package
for you,
bug,
sir.
not me. Oof. Yeah, get some rest. We're still. You'll be able to watch the flight later. Y'all have done a lot of flying, so no worries there. This is quite the leg and quite the haul, and apparently the servers are still being obstinate. So no worries. Take a nap, get some sleep, have some footage. We'll still be here. Fair enough, Goblin. Fair enough. Yep, we're just making our turn over Kearney. Or over the airfield, anyway. There it is.
Number 2437, you can resume on speed.
And this is where, if I really wanted to, I could contact Denver Center and be like, hey, can you follow my flight, now that they seem to catch up with all their
71,
traffic.
Roger. IFR cancellation received. Squawk VFR. Change approved. Have a good one.
Goblin says, by the way, got 400 hours in flight sim and more after all this. I bet. Nice. Congrats, dude. I'm getting very close to 600 myself. Early sensors for the flight. Set off for some sleep very soon. I'm glad you showed up for a little bit. Hope you have a good night's rest, and well, thanks for coming along. Back to power a little bit. Just tweaking the engine power to get the most fuel for the speed. So we're still indicating just under 110. Our ground speed's a lot slower than that. Sure, everything's looking good. we're sitting pretty. So we're gonna hit the B key just to, so where altitude is a little high. I reached the achievement to land on 500 different airports in 400 hours. I feel like I need a break. I don't blame you, dude. That's a lot of flying. That's a lot of flying in different areas, too. Crop circles confirmed. Apparently, 0.01% of players have reached that.
707 Air Channel at 873 is the flight level 4.
I wouldn't feel too bad about that, Seamus.
Air Canada 873, Denver Center, squawk 6562.
Your passion is not necessarily in the flight sims, but in just simming in general, and that's quite all right. You're really enjoying the bus, and it definitely comes across on your streams, mate. You can always tell when someone's genuinely enjoying something, and you're genuinely enjoying the bus, and it's great to watch.
Air Canada 873 radar contact, about 20 miles southeast of the Custer you are welcome aboard. You get a contact Denver Center now on 134.57
nice.
with safe landing.
You take care, Shuffle Shoes. Glad to have you along, and Flight Sim's doing a Flight Sim thing.
Because somebody in your life won't chase it with you. You can't stop believing in yourself just because somebody in your life won't believe in you. You can't stop chasing the dreams of your life just because when you know when you do it, you're going to have to do it all by yourself.
Well, that's annoying. What could have possibly caused that? Oh, I don't even know what I was doing. Yeah, still dead. Dang indeed, Splasher. Dang indeed. I certainly did, Viper. I hate slew mode. Slew mode has a purpose, but I hate using it for flights. That's cheating. For going to different airports. Yeah, slew mode kind of defeats the purpose of flight sim. I like flying different places. If you're just slewing there, what are you really gaining? I didn't have that issue though. Mine was just random. Yeah, 100% Goblin. It still legitimately defeats the purpose of flying there. It's experiencing the joy of flying and you're visiting airports, not just, hey, look at me, I landed at an airport, or hey, look, I visited an airport. Kind of sucks the fun and challenge out of it. Not to mention the, just the sheer joy of flying. Yeah, that's 100% accurate there, Goblin. Hey, don't get me wrong, if you like doing that, that's great, but I'm gonna call it cheating. Slew mode is don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for slew mode, but just defeats the purpose. Special 6 going back to Kearney for holding pennant, Roger. We're probably going to start near there. That's basically where we were. I'm going to get rid of the little map, see if that helps. Oh. See, I've done this flight at least 3 different times, and it's been flawless every time, including one time in VR. And so I don't know what's going on. It can only be the multiplayer and the servers doing silly things. Catch up, there's no other choice. Slow mode's a last resort for a lot of things. Like if I flip over, well, I'll use slow mode, turn it on, turn it off, flip my airplane over, and keep going. Or if I'm desperate to catch up, like, for some reason. I'm not saying that it doesn't have a use at all, but like you said, it's kind of a last ditch thing of, oh crap. Departure. Going to KOGA. And we want VFR. What kind of nonsense are you taking me on? Let's see. Filter. Navigate on. Close. Oh. Move. We're gonna go. We need flight plan. Oh, we can probably grab it from the pilot. So OZB. Add LBF. It's only been about an hour, so call it 8th. Call it there. Live weather. There. And Navlog 65 feet. Good fly. Bottom says, if you haven't, you should visit Anchorage up north. It's fun to do some landings. Yeah, there's plenty of fun stuff to do in Alaska. Goblin, I've never used Zuma, but I got a movie map with the teleportation if I'm too late for a group flanking. And nice. Yep, I'm going to spawn just to the east of Kearney. East-west. One of the two. Something. Okay, so we're going to 122.8 this immediately. Squawks 1200. Alright, we're going to hit nav mode. Five, 600. All right. Oops, cancel file. Okay. So now we're back running. We're gonna do that. 302. We want 127.65. He wants to complain about it. Let him. 130. 134.575. Let's see. Draco, has anyone had their internet act really weird after the packages are in? Yes, it did.
United 2226, 10% radar contact, welcome aboard.
Local time, and we're going to turn the lights off because we don't need lights. That's not what I wanted. Let me turn off the yoke, thank you. Avionics, please. Reboot everything. Nope, that's gone. What the heck? Well, it looks like we're hand flying this thing. Nav mode. Things be acting the fool today in Flight Sim. That's great. So I've lost radio 2. I've lost nav. So I've lost comm 2, but what in the world? Let's see. Oh my. Well, hopefully it comes back at some point because we don't have any transponder. Just keep the yep. Got a Cap 10 with us. Last Thursday, if we had straps during the long Murphy flight, there's a lot of people there too. This will be my 3rd time trying to get in SIM. Our internet provider says there's an outage fixed by 6 p.m. supposedly. You know, Detroit metro area, folks. We got a few clouds, that's nice. Happy little clouds. The clouds off in the distance. Still no radio 2 or autopilot or any of that fun stuff. Reset the things are still working, but I just can't see them. Yeah. Who knows? So many questions and not enough answers. We lost our Captain friend. I've done this leg before and it's been fine, and today it wants to act the idiot. Oh well, I mean, what can you do? Other than just press on. And for all I know, you know, it's just, I don't know. I could sit here and theorize until the cows come home and it won't change anything. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you there, Goblin. We got a Corsair with us. So our multiplayer is definitely working. So I've got to ask, who is our friend in the Corsair? Because awesome. Made the carry landing Corsair from the outside of the plane. Yeah, there's it's difficult to see past the nose of the aircraft. Yeah. No, I got your meaning. A lot of farmland out here in Nebraska. Oh, for sure. Yeah, the launching is the easy part. You set the parking brake, you hold the tail down, punch the throttle, and Bob's your uncle. I love flying the Corsair, though. It's such a joy. Speaking of, but I must. Oh yeah, well, and in a modern-sized carrier, that would be even easier because they're a lot bigger. Crop farming is mostly in the Platte Valley, fed by irrigation. I bet. I am, Smurfy. Should be, anyway. Unicom radio check.
655.
Real flight unity. Oh, absolutely. Some very, very choice flying by the Corsair there. So COM 1 does work, just COM 2 is just gone. Whoopsie. I saw your message on the French. Yeah, so and they've updated it once or twice so far. It's a good looking livery. Field corn and soybeans. Further west you go, the more wheat and barley. Gotcha. Wheat and barley. They make beer out of wheat and barley. Hops. And other things. We're going inverted. Definitely, this is definitely a long haul, and I haven't missed a little bit of terrain here and there, but sure, look, we're going to get into the real terrain here without too much to go, because Ogala, you're starting to get into the higher elevations. And higher elevations start meaning mountains. But so next Sunday when we depart from Cheyenne, things are going to get real interesting really fast, because we're going to have to manage to get through the mountains safely. I saw F-12 and F-14 for French Corsairs. Their flotillas. Close enough anyway. On French Corsairs. Squadrons. Although they may, it's possible that the French Navy used the term flotilla. But I know the term flotilla, and I get the meaning anyway. Definitely not the most visually interesting part of the world, but I flew the Oregon Trail a few weeks ago and followed this road. Nice. Yeah, so this is basically a recreation of a trip that my mom, my uncle, and my grandpa and grandma took back in the 70s. They flew out west and, went to visit my great uncle. and then they flew back. So this is a recreation of that. So nothing nearly as impressive as like recreating the Bremen flight, but Purple Kona sick of CD today. What's happening today? I don't know, Purple Kona. I'm a little nervous what's going to happen to mine. I'm blaming OBS for my issues, quite honestly. Because I tend to... Because like I said, I've done this trip at least 3 other times without issue. And then today I've had at least 1 crash so far. You know, knock on wood. So I don't know. I'm going to blame servers. I'm going to blame OBS because I've tried everything to try doing just about anything on my end to get it to stop, and it just doesn't. I don't know. The GPU freezes up because Twitch soon reloads too. It definitely seems network related. Not anything that we are doing locally. It's something to do with something. I don't know. It's really frustrating though. Because that's kind of what it does to me as well. It'll freeze and then sometimes it'll fix itself, but not all the time. Oh, could it... For all I know, it could be. I don't... At this point, I'm at wit's end. You know, and it's not like I can just go out and get new processor, new motherboard, new GPU. It just... It wouldn't be so bad if the inconsistency wasn't there. Because there's the inconsistency of... I can be fine when I'm flying by myself, flying off stream, so I'm not running OBS, there's not people around me, and it's fine, smooth. You know, everything works great. I honestly believe that a lot of it has to do with the fact that Asobo and Microsoft didn't optimize this well enough for flying in close groups. I think they really underestimated the popularity of the group flying, especially, you know, with streams and whatnot, because that's usually the points where things tend to go wrong. But that's all, you know, that's all, what's the word I'm looking for? Speculation at this point. I don't know. Yeah. You know, so even if I want, well, the mercy of suppliers and, you know, finances, and quite honestly, the suppliers of even chips are at the mercy of the silicon suppliers. So, you know, they're struggling just as much in their own ways to the way, you know, to us, as, you know, similar to that of us as the end user. It's incredibly frustrating, but, you know, won't try to speculate as to the reasons beyond that, but it's frustrating. But the most we can do is continue to enjoy ourselves as best as we can and push forward when it comes to dealing with the frustrations. So we're almost, let's see, we're over just about Gothenburg. Oh, we got 2 extras with us now. So I need to check my engine and... Okay, so that's... I'm indicating that on there. Almost at full beams there. EGT. Adjustment there. The crab is real. It sure is. I got a 5 streaming tomorrow, not flying but building. That's what it sure looks like. He's been having just awful luck lately. I was amazed when I got an R9 5900X just to see if I have been sold a pup. Yeah. Well, here in the U.S., it's not necessarily as bad, or at least as of a couple of weeks ago. A buddy of mine went in to get some new parts, walked out, and with a Ryzen 7 5800X, and said that there's plenty of them there, just sitting on the shelf at a Micro Center. So there's Gothenburg, Dinkelberg. Oh, our Corsair friend is back. We got 2 extras and a Corsair. Yep. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I almost went with a Ryzen 7 3700X when I upgraded my CPU, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing that because I went with a Ryzen 5, was it the 3600X, which still is a vast improvement over what I had, but a frustration that I could have spent a little bit more and gotten a even higher end, more higher end CPU. Is what it is. I got what I could afford. I'm certainly not upset about that. Corsair and an Arrow. Gotta know who's in the Corsair. My money's on Hammy. But I could very easily be wrong. There goes in the Arrow, 12 o'clock low, Roger. I'd almost say that was Jay Winokur, but he's at work. Smurf says I'm running a 3900X and I'm happy with it. Yeah, like I said, I went with something that was a lot better than what I had because I had the 1600 AF, but I mean, so anything was a bit of a, it is hammy. So I still definitely got an improvement. It's just, you know, I could have spent a little more and gotten a lot more performance out of it. But it is what it is. Did you see the native? There's been a few. I don't even know which is the right C-17 to get anymore, quite honestly, because they had posted one and then all of a sudden there's another one popped up and then improvement this and aerodynamic that, and I'm just like, y'all can need to consolidate and say, this is the one thing. This is the Community C17, and that's it. Because right now, as it is, I did see it. I haven't touched it because I don't know which is the right one anymore. And I'd rather just not have like 5 million of them trying to figure out which is the right one. There's only one by the same guys. Okay, well, there was more than one Epic, because one got released a while back, and then other people were making add-ons and tweaks and this and that, and it's just like, it just got to the point where it's too confusing, and why am I diving? Drastic air pressure change. Woof. Well, that made life interesting for half a second. Let's see. I'm still debating CPU and board upgrade. Yeah, don't think I haven't thought of that too, even after just doing a CPU upgrade. You'll kick yourself all day about what you should have bought, etc., because of the way tech changes. Make your best educated choice for the time. Yeah. Built a 5600X on an MSI Tomahawk board in December, and I've been happy with it. Yeah. So I built my computer with most of the parts that are in it back in last April. So it's getting to be about a year old. And for the most part, it's served me very well, as it was back then. I've upgraded the RAM. Well, I say upgraded the RAM. I went from 16 gigabytes of RAM to 32. I could probably get higher quality RAM if I really wanted to, but it is what it is. You still have room to upgrade with the... Yeah. I might need to do a BIOS update if I'm getting any of the 4th or 5th gen Ryzen chips. But I have chips to where I can do the upgrade and it'll be fine. And honestly, I could get higher clock, higher quality RAM and whatnot. But, overall, it's fine. It's just for some reason when it comes to the multiplayer stuff and, streaming with OBS, Flight Sim gets really finicky, and I don't know why. It is what it is, though. I mean, like I said, it just boils down to my PC is better now than it has been, or than it even was a year ago, and I'm happy with that. Flight Sim's still being fixed and tweaked, and for all we know, the servers are kind of unstable right now because they're getting ready for another world update coming Tuesday or Wednesday for France and Benelux, which is exciting, but the servers always get a little unstable right before a big world update like that. My money isn't bad for the servers. Yes. As you get a CTD. So yeah, it's just I just honestly think it, not disparaging them in any way, but I really think they underestimated the popularity of large group flights on servers. You know, large multiplayer group flights, and they're still trying to catch up with it. Intel would have meant, yeah. I'm not a fan of Intel, quite honestly. They haven't innovated, and Ryzen just keeps getting better and better. King Crew is here. Good to see him, my dude. Pizza eatage complete. Nice. What kind of pizza you get? You get Murph? Did you get pineapple? Please tell me you got pineapple on it. Awesome flight, Murph, by the way. It was epic. Oh, there was pineapple. Awesome. Ooh. Black or green? Ooh, both. Good call. If I have to do one or the other, I'll go with black olives. If I can get both, I'll do that. I slept to his video, to the stream as well. It was a great stream, but the stream started at 3 a.m. my time, and by that time I was already starting to nod off. Made it to almost 5 a.m. my time, and I was just like, nope, I've had enough. I'm really starting to think if your internet or Wi-Fi signal has any issue between the client and MS server, it causes the VT runtime error for 7 hours straight yesterday, and after changing out the router cable to Cat A. I might have to do that, just buy a bunch of new Cat 6, Cat 5, Cat 6 cables, and be like, okay, just start connecting them. Figure out what's going on. I thought I was going to stay awake for the first leg, but at least I got above the clouds with you. Yeah, so I kind of did the same thing. I got about a third of the way on that first leg, and it was just over the ocean. I'm just like, nah, this isn't working. And I could also tell that I was getting grumpy. So I was just like, no, I think I'm going to call it a night. Heavy rain in Detroit, innocence of ounces. No, I just got to, jeez. Yeah, no, Sir Blackie did an amazing job with this livery, and I'm so happy. I'm connected via a hard cable. I've refused to try to run a PC like this on Wi-Fi. My laptop over here is on Wi-Fi, and it has some stuff up, but you know, my router. I went for mouse, went for modem, then went for router, all in the same word. I can talk most of the time. Modem is right over there, so I just run a cable. It's actually the modem is sitting on top of my tower. I don't trust Wi-Fi connections for for my phone, it's fine. For my laptop, cool. For my main PC, Goblin says, made a very large part of your flight, Murphy. Only got some problems with between Greenland and Canada. So you must be running. Well, he's got some pineapple pizza in him now. He's good to go. Murph's like a machine. James Brown, you guys may look forward to coming home from work. Well, I'm glad that we can do that for you. Yeah, Murph did a good call today, starting his stream early in the morning. That way it wasn't like he was staying up really late and leopard crawling into bed. Luckily, we're about done with the long leg of this trip. Return leg for the win. Hey, you got those tailwinds helping you out with the return trip there, Murph. So, the leg between Lincoln, Nebraska and Ogalla is the longest leg of this trip. It was about 2 hours, a little over, depending on winds. There's a Spitfire. Going from Ogalla to Cheyenne is not nearly as long. Yeah, fuel for the Murphy machine. A little bit of both. See, Draco, my cat ate the Cat 5 from router to modem over the last 3 months. I swapped that out yesterday. It seems to fix the issue, but not my ISPs not being waterproof. We're near Lake Maloney. So if we pass Lake Maloney, does that mean we're post Maloney? Ba-dum-tsh. You know, I've done a lot of things trying to figure out why this, that, and whatever, and it's... Have you tried feeding your cat? And we will be post Maloney. Alright. Oh, dad jokes. I'm here all week, folks. Try the deal, tip your waitress. I bring the jokes. Dad jokes are low-hanging fruit, and I'm not above that by any means. Let's see, Special 6 off to your right, North Platte is one of the largest railroad marshaling yards in the world, owned by Union Pacific. North Platte. It's the North Flat. He's 22 plus pounds. He's fed just fine. That is a well-fed, man, words are hard. Well-fed kitty. So once we get landed at Ogalla, I'll get out of go back to the main menu, load in the next leg of the flight plan. And then we shall continue on, hopefully with 2 working radios instead of just 1. Still dead. And we shall continue on and press forward to Cheyenne. And as such, I think we are now officially post Malone, or post Maloney. Ooh, pardon me. Goodness. Man, the Smart, it really is. It's a nice plane. I hear tell that it's due to get a bit of an update here soon. Kind of improve some things based on feedback. Kind of improve the realism a bit more, as it were. Still waiting to hear on an update for the Corsair. There's some few little niggly bits that are needing addressed. Nothing game breaking or anything, but a little thing here and there. I've been working on learning the X Cup. Nice. A lot of people like the X Cup. If I'm flying the Cub, I'm typically flying the Savage. it's a simpler airplane, and for me, it's more along my speed. So those are good. Man, the temperature's gone down quite a bit. Oh, it absolutely is. So radio. So 121.27. 21.27. I need the glass for navigation though. The Savage is a I follow roads kind of flyer. I don't think this is going to give us the right thing, but we'll check it real quick. Otherwise, it's 12417. Oh, nice. Alright, so that's good. We've got our weather. We'll land on runway 31. A guy made a video on MSFS car on YouTube. There are impassable bridges on roads. Yeah, that makes sense. I want there to be a sailing boat in MSFS. See the world from the seas. Well, they're getting close. Somebody's released a destroyer and a battleship. Not exactly a sailing vessel, but they're boats. So when we're almost to Ogala. I believe we're in the last home stretch. Yep. We're on our way from the last VOR before Koga, which is Kilo Oscar Golf Alpha, and it's also Ogala that we're going to. Are you streaming it for your record? Dangerous Brian wonders if you're streaming your trip, King Crew. There's a tugboat also, I believe, smaller. I haven't seen that one yet, but I haven't been around. I haven't really explored flightsim.to today because reasons. Oh, so Kingaroo is streaming his journey around the world. Awesome. Brisbane to Auckland the wrong way. And I bet you're going to have to go up to like the Bering Strait and or down to. Man, that's a heck of a way to do around the world. If I'm departing an uncontrolled airport, what frequency do I go on? Depends, SJ. Are you on the VATSIM network currently? If you are, it's 122.8. Yeah, it can make the hops okay, just worried about the temperatures. Aha. On VATSIM 122.8. That is the common Unicom. A frequency. 122.8. So I just do my flight on that frequency. As long as you're not entering an airport that has air traffic, yes, you can do an entire flight on 122.8. If you're going into a place that is controlled, then you will need to eventually talk to them, but not directly. I see somebody, November 981 Romeo Foxtrot in an M20P is going from Lincoln, Nebraska to Cheyenne. And they're me. Many things are nice. BMF, that's Smurfy. Nice. So for now, the only place that we really have to think of when we get for actually needing to talk to Denver Center, for instance, you're going to want, it will be when we get to close to Cheyenne. And then it's known for the aquifer, one of the world's largest aquifers. It underlies an area of approximately... Nice. But yeah, once we start getting close to Cheyenne, that's going to be the time where, because Cheyenne is a towered airfield. So when we get 10 miles out, we'll say Denver Center, Cessna 6947 Echo, type Skyhawk, 10 miles east of Cheyenne, inbound to land with the weather. I actually posted a very nice tutorial from Slant Alpha. I think I put it on my Colonel Fort Streams channel on Murph's Discord, but it gives you a nice breakdown of what to do. And then I made a comment on that video with a question of my own. So one of the best things that I've done is just one of the reasons why I like listening to centers. I can hear the interaction, I can hear how people are talking and see what they're saying, and I can then kind of replicate that. Unfortunately, right now my radios are being silly, as Anime Burger is now following. Many thanks, dude. Hope you're well. So I'd be listening to Denver Center right now, but my Garmin 430 is gone. This is somehow still working, but I can't see anything, and that's still working, but I can't see anything. Flight sim works, no loss of data. We need to use off of it. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I don't even try to follow its instructions or anything. Bird of howdy from Austin. Well, hello from Michigan. Hope you're well. That wasn't the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. So we're flying over Nebraska right now. We're about to land in Ogalla. Then we're gonna reload a flight plan and make our way to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Nice, relaxed flight. We are on VATSIM. It definitely looks like Nebraska. Yeah, it definitely does. Yep. It's very Nebraska-y. Zero. Streamlabs reminder to stay hydrated. Water. I think once we get down in Cheyenne and I do the reloading of stuff, I'm going to take a trip to the FBO because I got some business I'm going to need to take care of here soon. Well, I'm not sure where everyone else went, but that's fine. We're still here. We're still flying. The sand hills in northwest Nebraska do look pretty neat, though. Yeah. So we're not going to necessarily get to northeast Nebraska. Actually, we're on the west part. Never mind. Once we start getting into Wyoming, things will look a little better. As long as that horse has no name. I've been through the desert with a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. It's in the desert, you can't remember your name because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. So we're 18 miles or so out. We're not that far. Yeah. So once we get to about 15 miles out, well, I guess you can't see that very well. Once we get to 15 miles out, we'll start making our calls. Reminds me of GTA 4. Yeah, a little bit. Apart from... they're about as stoned as he... Yeah. Oh, God, la, 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 la. Wait. Yes. I'd set a descent, but I'm not sure. I don't have my radio, so I can't tell what I'm doing. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So I think the airport... It's a bit further ahead. I think it's right around in this area here. So we're about 15 miles out, so we're going to start making our radio calls. So I'm going to lower this real quick. Ogalla traffic, Cessna 69er 47 Echo is approximately 15 miles to the east, inbound to land runway 31 at Ogalla. On your next flight across country trip, are we flying to Laramie, Wyoming? It's possible we'll fly over it. I'll have to double check the flight plans. We're basically going to be flying across the south border of Wyoming. I think it's because it's another long leg. So we're going from Cheyenne to, I think, Salt Lake City in Utah. See, this is one of those times where having the autopilot Logitech box thing would be really helpful. A wild spears appears. Hey, it rhymes and you didn't even know it. Yeah, Hammy, I'm going to have to watch back the Thunderfly's performance because I'm hearing nothing but great things about it. So we're going to start our descent now. We're just going to turn off the autopilot because that's about all we can do. And reduce power. And once we hit 10 miles out, we'll make our next call. Okay, airport is in sight. We have the airport in sight right there. So this is not the runway. We want to come in this way because runway 31 is going to match the wind. As well as we could have hoped. We'd been fighting lag and server issues. Oof. Great timing for great performance, though.
Ogala traffic, November 981 Romeo Foxtrot, 15 miles east of the field. Ogala traffic.
So we're 10 miles out. We'll make another call. And Ocala traffic, Cessna 6947 Echo, approximately 10 miles to the east, inbound to land runway 31 at Ocala. So I believe the field elevation here is in the 3,000 foot range. Field elevation for Ogala is 3,279 feet. We'll call it 3,300 feet. So pattern altitude is going to be 4,300 feet. We're making our descent towards that. Give her about 500 foot a minute descent. How useful is Navigraph for VFR in GA planes? Very, very helpful because it'll give you, you want the charts because that's going to give you a lot of your basic information like radio frequencies, airport diagrams to know where to taxi. So there's still, having the Navigraph is still going to be very helpful for VFR flying, and they are working on VFR charts too, so it won't just be IFR charts. Man, you're really making me want to watch that performance now. I mean, I wanted to before, but dang.
Ogala traffic, November 981 Romeo Foxtrot is 10 miles east of the field for runway 31, Ogala traffic.
And we're 5 miles out. We could probably do another radio call. We could wait. We are slowing down. That's because we also, have to get into our airspeed range for flaps. We're trying to get our way into final for the correct runway, which is there. start getting ourselves ready. Feet on the pedals. We're going to wait until we're basically on final, just call long final, runway 31. And it's looking like it might be a 3-mile final. Way lots of hours there, Hammy. Lots of hours. So we can see runway 31. I guess we're going to be at about more of a, about a 3-mile final. I heard somebody zoom by. Are you obligated to contact no, because this is an uncontrolled airfield. So we're just using the Unicom. If we were landing at Cheyenne, yes, we'd be obligated to contact air traffic control. Ogalla traffic, Cessna 6947 Echo is on a 2.5-mile final for runway 31 at Ogalla. We're going to put our first notch of flaps in. We are being blown that way a little bit. We're going to try to stay centered as much as we can. And we're going to get bounced around just a little bit. Roger that, Goblin.
Ogalla traffic, November 981 is on about 2.5-mile final for runway 31, Ogalla traffic.
And I had a CTD. It happens, SJ Fly. You're only gonna get better when you practice and learn. I think there's too many F's in the chat already. That's not helping anything. I'm definitely trying to keep my cool, but I'm beyond frustrated. I'm so sick and tired of this. I had a perfect flight 3 other times, and this is the second CTD for no reason. None. I don't know what the cause is, but I've about had it. This just not been great. EC runtime. So this is unexcusable. Osobo, it's just absolutely inexcusable. Well, between all my other issues and the fact that this is just not the day for it, it's been a day. I'm just gonna call it here. There's really appreciate everybody coming along. If we'll add the flight from Ogalla to Cheyenne in the next flight. We'll take care of it next Sunday. It's going to be a long one Sunday. Maybe I'll do a bonus stream tomorrow, just to get that last leg in. Maybe cut down on next Sunday's leg a little bit. I'll do some flight planning. I'll let you know on Discord. I really do thank you all for coming along. All the new follows, the big raid from Murph. Really thankful for all of that. Really sorry. It's just been a day. It's been a bit of a frustrating day, and so we're gonna raid our friend Seamus because he deserves it, and we'll just kind of go from there. And you all have a lovely evening, and remember, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time. Take care.